What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jelani MB, whatever you want to call me, and today I wanted to talk about the overwhelming success of Marvel Rivals and discuss the prospect of Marvel Rivals possibly becoming the #1 multiplayer live service game of the coming years, and maybe one of the best multiplayer live service games we've ever seen. Now, if you don't know what Marvel Rivals is, then I assume you either don't play video games or you have a shift in the morning and live a happier life than your average Grandmaster player coming off an 8-game developer mandated losing streak. But for those that are unfamiliar, Marvel Rivals is a 6v6 Overwatch-esque third-person team shooter that dropped in December 6th of 2024 and has continued its absolute takeover of the gaming industry into what seems like the latter half of 2025. And in order to be able to know exactly why Marvel Rivals has what it takes to be the best multiplayer live service game, we have to talk about what the game does correctly that draws people in. And to start this point, I want to talk about the innate adaptability and freeing feeling that the game has when crafting the characters made on the roster. Each character, despite being put inside the stereotype of certain characters, whether that be the fast get in get out assassin Genji type with Spider-Man, the big shield toting space making close range specialist tanks like Doctor Strange and Emma Frost, and even the absolute cesspool of feeling that is the support role in the game. The game absolutely shines in making every single hero feel unconfined to the confines of their role by equipping them with limited but powerful secondary options to make them shine even in the weaker spots, allowing for more varied play. With such abilities like Hawkeye's explosive arrows and sword chop giving him closer range options so he's not confined to the bowman role on the team, despite that being his biggest strength. Or Iron Man being able to shoot a laser out of his chest that can enact as his own secondary close to mid-range option, making it so that he can still defend himself even when certain people close the gap of range that he usually plays at. And with things like the team up system, which is also a nice touch that allows Marvel Rivals in a way to innately buff or nerf certain characters without directly having to directly tweak numbers and cooldown times, by having one character act as the anchor, which is far as been used in the game so far, besides with the new team up with Penny Parker and Rocky Raccoon, gives the anchor character an innate flat percent buff, whether that be more healing, more damage reduction, more damage overall, in a trade for an entirely new ability like the Arcane Core, Jeff Nato, or even the Magneto Blade. Please bring back the Magneto Blade. I miss you, my legendary blade. These combination of mechanics makes it feel amazing to work as a team and allows for multiple different styles of play, along with multiple different team comp builds, with even GOATs making its way back into the game at some points in its earlier lifespan, making for a very creative and brightening gameplay loop that makes sure no match is innately the same. Now, the reason that I really think Marvel Rivals is going to be the best multiplayer live service game, and the reason why I'm making this video, is because Marvel Rivals has just confirmed that they are licensed to use all 105 years of Marvel comic storylines, alternate universes, and stories in their game. Now, this is huge because in a sense, this gives Marvel Rivals the rare unprecedented opportunity that no other game has been able to have, and that's the ability and resource of infinite content within the original comic and storylines themselves. Now, you don't have to be a complete comic book nerd to know that Marvel has been making tons of comics, alternative storylines, movies, and all kinds of forms of media for years and years on end. And with the new Marvel Rivals 3v3 fighting game coming out later this year or earlier next year, I can't remember the release date, I think it's safe to say that Marvel isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Not like it was before, but it's expanding and becoming bigger than it once was. And with Marvel Rivals having the advantageous position of using all of these years of media in their game, it allows for them to create an overarching storyline of many places, people, characters, and honestly anything they really want to. The lore of Marvel Rivals itself already drives so deep, so being able to use every single character, every single universe, every single alternative universe allows for infinite skins, infinite characters, infinite maps, and just anything that the game and the devs can think of. Along with Marvel Rivals having these iconic characters and even characters that you might love from your childhood, it's also running a almost perfect balance between casual and competitive play, with Marvel Rivals hosting its first in-person tournament coming up soon, and with it expanding its esports wider and wider each year, allowing for its communities and the people in said communities to join these tournaments that they host every season. Now, me personally, I see the potential in them having basically infinite lore, infinite characters, and infinite skins. Marvel Rivals has the most potential of any game I think we've ever seen, only because they're backed by Marvel themselves. But me personally, I do think the game could benefit from having a kind of arcade mode, and I brought this up multiple times on stream. I've talked about it multiple times when comparing Marvel Rivals to Overwatch. When you get on Overwatch, you don't have to play competitive or play quick play. There are a lot of fun modes in the arcade. 1v1 duels, 3v3 elimination, 6v6 total mayhem. Like, it's just so much diversity in modes that Overwatch has in general that I don't think Marvel Rivals has just yet. And I don't think it's gonna stay like that for long. If anything, I don't even think that it's a problem. But I do feel like it's a lot of potential being possibly squandered by just doing maybe too little. This game has so much ambition and is doing so much so fast, and I feel like having an arcade mode and a lot of other modes that are replayable and aren't limited time modes could really benefit and help the game's casual player base. But the real prospect that I want everybody to walk away from this video having is that this is only the beginning of Marvel Rivals. This isn't even its second year. This dropped in December of 2024, and we're not even in December of 2025. This game has so much content, so much lore to unpack, so many characters to develop in its own way, and it has all the creative freedom to do so. And despite the toxicity of the community, I feel like Marvel Rival has something that's so undeniable and so infectious to play that I don't think that it'll really matter in the long run. But guys, I just wanted to talk about this huge news about Marvel Rivals, but I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe, and let me know what you thought about what I said in this video and what you think about Marvel Rivals having 105 years of Marvel comic lore behind them. With that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. This has been your boy Jelani MB. Thank you so much for watching, and if you drink, don't drive. If you smoke, smoke good. I'll catch y'all later. See ya.
Yeah, you a simple bitch. I'm a clever nigga. You the type to line your bro for cash instead of grinding with him. Bitch, I ran this game since I was 12. I can never give up. And I said that I would be the best. It's not a fucking get up. I'm a shooting star. They wish on me, but I could never grant. Get to jumping, ducking on a nigga. Feel like John Moran. Put some sauce all on your shorty back. It's like a condom.